5 feet away from my new Samsung QLED 75-inch. And as you can see, I have it on unlock frame rate. It doesn't matter because YouTube does not, it doesn't have 120 FPS for whatever reason. And my iPhone only records up to 60 FPS. But if we turn this off and just sort of go back and forth, to me it seems okay. It's a steady 60, but the stuff in front of me is not smooth. It's not a smooth pan, right? The stuff breaks up when you pan. However, if I set this to on, it's a lot smoother for me. A lot smoother. Now, I haven't gotten the settings right on this TV. It's on game mode. I have to adjust, the contrast, the blacks, get rid of any edge enhancement, etc. But as far as being stock, it looks fine. And this really doesn't really matter for me. And well, it does matter because I'm trying to do grounded runs on both this part 1 and part 2, and I do no return in part 2. But look how the image just pops, and that's because of the PSSR resolution. That's kind of irrelevant for purposes of this video. The Samsung QLED 75-inch is about $1,200. I could have gotten a 75-inch for $500, $600 from brands like TCL or Samsung, or Hisense. Those kind of off TV brands. Or what was it? There's another brand called like View something. But they're not QLED. Or they advertise to be QLED, but that might not be the case. So your best bet is to go with the top of the line. And this Samsung is a freaking beast. Having spent this money, I've thoroughly cemented myself into not being a PC gamer. And I bring up PC gamers because I've often heard them say, once you go above 120 frame rate, you'll never be satisfied with just 50 or 60. It's the same case for console players going from 30 to 60. Once you're accustomed to 60, you can't go back to 30, man. Like, I still use my Xbox One X. However, every game on there that's downloaded is 60 FPS. I will not download any game that's 30 FPS. You have no idea how bad I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, but for whatever reason, Rockstar won't agree to come out with a frame rate update. I'd love to play it at 60 even, if not 120. If they can do GTA at 60, GTA 5 at 60, why not? RDR2. They don't even have RDR1 at 60. I mean, come on. RDR1's it's almost a 20-year-old game. And yeah, it's 4K on the Xbox Series X, but just make it 60. I mean, the frame rate is so important. Some games you lower the resolution gets lowered. But I'll take that trade-off for smoother gameplay. So these are some of the other ones that I'm downloading. I have downloaded it or will be downloading. Dead Island, I think, got a bump. I think Demon Souls got a bump, but it's very hard to tell. Dying Light got a bump. I actually paid $50 or $60 out of pocket for Horizon Zero Dawn. I've heard great things about the series. See how big this TV is? I have to go all the way back. Right now I'm sitting approximately 5.5 feet away from my TV. But yeah, Horizon Forbidden West was available on PS5 Plus during summertime, and I played it for a bit, and I thought it was kind of intriguing, so I thought I'd get Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's PSSR enhanced. I don't know about 120 frame rate. Again, with Silent Hill, the only thing I've been able to tell is better frame rate. Street Fighter 6, the game is kind of mechanistically locked at 60 frames per second, but being able to have a 120 hertz monitor really does help your input delay, meaning your inputs will register better than if they were not at, you know, what have you. Let's see what else I have installed. Um, Uncharted also bumped 120, and especially Ratchet and Clank at full. They had this in the base PS5. I think at full resolution or at some kind of upscaling solution, it's got 40 FPS by VRR. You get 120. So I don't think like going like if I get accustomed to playing 120, and I go back to 60 FPS games, they'll start to look kind of like not as good, you know. If you're accustomed to 60 FPS already, and you start playing a 30 FPS game, I mean, you may be able to bear it, but some people get motion sickness and what have you. For the Horizon not Forbidden, but New Dawn, the first one, they actually did announce a PSSR patch for it, and that's the main reason I got it. And I wanted to know the origin story of Alloy, but I really don't have time to play all these games. So usually what I do is every day I spend about 30 to 45 minutes playing No Return on Last of Us 2. But these are just options. This TV is a freaking beast. It's 75 inches. Costs a lot. Costs a grip of money. And get this, it's only 3/4 of an inch wide, or maximally an inch wide, in terms of thinness. So the Samsung 75 QLED, I would definitely make a purchase. And it comes out of the factory with game mode on, which I'll have to tweak and make sure there's no sharpness filter, and the contrast is okay in comparison with the HDR. But yeah, I mean, all these Horizon PSSR, Uncharted PSSR, and I'm trying to find like games on my Xbox Series X that can do 120. There's so many. Right now, downloading the Master Chief Collection because I want to go through the Halo 3 campaign again at 120 frames per second. How cool is that?